In sports, it's what have you done lately? But we are here for the monthly report with Coach Don Granato. And Don, when you look at this month, the team was 3 games above 500. So if you look at 6 months of hockey, that's about 18 games above 500. It's probably a first-place team at least. I want you to talk about the month. I know lately, as we just mentioned, has not been the greatest, but overall, 3 games above 500, not a bad month.
I guess when you look at it like that, I didn't know that. We always talk, you and I don't really keep track of those type of statistics. Sure. It's about, where your team is today, what you need to target to improve on. But I guess 3 games over 500 is not that bad. We haven't done well lately, as you mentioned at the outset, and that tends to be produce potential frustration or a little bit more intensity of focus on areas you need to improve. So, the season is about progression. You've got to target what areas you need to make those moves in and move forward from there. And when you lose, it becomes very easy to pick out, geez, we really need to work on, A, B, or C.
Well, I wanted to exactly say what you just said. You were quoted saying season about progress, knowing where you're at. And you talked about the team not being in sync as of late. Explain that a little bit more.
Well, just I guess one part of our game, the transition part of our game. With our players, a big part of our system is puck recognition. Do we have the puck or do we not have the puck? Does the other team have the puck? And we may have the puck come in on a rush, there's a shot, and the puck goes to the corner. You react differently to whether a guy in your team has the puck or we don't have the puck. If we don't, you're in a forecheck or a coverage position. If we do have the puck, you're in a real support position. You're opening up for a passing option. You're supporting that pass. We haven't reacted well to changes in possession, and that's stalled us. We didn't have great transition support. So of all the mistakes you look at or frustrating things you look at in the last couple of games, one real big one was us reacting to regaining puck possession. We've kind of lost that. We've lost attention to some of the details of our game, and we're going to work to get that back.
That's good. Obviously some adversity for the first time this year because a great first month of October. You're just explaining some of the things that you're going over, whether it's in practice, whether it's on video. You're able to do that and you're able to see. I want to talk about something a little bit different, and you can talk about individuals or as a group, the mentality of the game. You get into bad situations, you start losing, everybody starts to think a little bit differently. Not the physical side, as we just talked about, video and so on, but mentally, how do you approach that with each individual?
Well, when that happens, as you mentioned, when you struggle, it becomes a mental block. Everybody notices your weaknesses. They're not noticing, some of your assets. You start trying to do things perfect, or you want things to be perfect. You lose track of just doing the simple things, consistently. So, for me as a coach, when you get in those situations, you kind of push the players. Don't do more than your job. That's the time to do more of your job. Right. Don't go back to the simple things that you're going to be accountable for, and make sure you're doing those very well. Don't worry about more than your job, the guy next to you, or what's happening with things that you don't control. And it's almost instantaneous. When you struggle, you start looking outside yourself right away, and you don't want that to happen. And we've been challenged with that, certainly. Each game that we've lost this season, but you try to regroup the guys and refocus the guys within.
If you watch me, I've always got excuses, no doubt about it. 2 more subjects. First of all, a lot of defensemen lately. Injuries, call-ups, guys coming in, but you still rank second in the league in goals against average. You got to be pretty happy there, considering.
Yeah, I think that Gers has played extremely well. Terp's had a great spell. He's been a little bit less spectacular lately, but he was outstanding at the outset. So he's got to kind of regroup a bit, which I think he will. He's shown he's capable. He is capable. But Garris has been very good. And our collective defense is, even though we've had this frustration, the concepts that we want to bring to the forefront are, as far as our defensive identity, the guys have done pretty well with that. So hopefully we can continue that. You always look at the good areas and you hope they can continue, right. But that's an area that we really haven't been uncomfortable with at any point this year, and a large part is because of what I mentioned. The goaltending's been good.
Lastly, it was a sore subject the first month. The second month, the power play. You had 5 goals in the first 17 games. Last 5 games, you got 5 goals. So obviously it's coming around a little bit.
Well, Jeff Hamilton and Brett Sterling are very, very big keys to that. Those are two guys that really had not been on the power play. Adding both those guys has forced other guys to work harder. You know, some guys maybe took it for granted that they were on a power play. Now they know these two guys, you know, are key guys or can be key guys. If they don't pick it up, they may not be on the power. You know, they may not find themselves on the power play. So, you know, I think we've had a little bit better work ethic. That still has to get even better. I don't like, you know, our intensity or lack of at times on the power play. That's where they will be challenged by us as coaches. But Hamilton and Sturles have been a real key to that, and we hope we can get even more out of them or more out of the group because of that.
Well, that's it, folks, for the month of November. My favorite month coming up, December, because of the holidays. Best of luck. Hopefully, continued success.
Thank you, Billy. Appreciate it.